Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki Jai. Shri Shri Doyo Nitai Vijay Gauranga ki Jai. Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna. So we're very excited because we see the Gaur Nitai deities that were welcomed last night. Shri Shri Doyo Nitai Vijay Gauranga have come here to Bhuvaikunta. So we're very blessed and fortunate. Hare Krishna. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
without
Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, by His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This is Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter, Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness. Please repeat after me. Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
Sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
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 suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
ञतपा मां śāntim ṛcchati.
jñātvā māṁ śāntim ṛcchati.
ञतपा मां śāntim ṛcchati.
jñātvā māṁ śāntim ṛcchati.
bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
Sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
ञतपा मां śāntim ṛcchati.
jñātvā māṁ śāntim ṛcchati.
bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
Sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
ञतपा मां śāntim ṛcchati.
jñātvā māṁ śāntim ṛcchati.
Please chant.
bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
Sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
jñātvā māṁ śāntim ṛcchati.
jñātvā māṁ śāntim ṛcchati.
Someone else?
Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
Sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
jñātvā māṁ śāntim ṛcchati.
jñātvā māṁ śāntim ṛcchati.
Akuch?
Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ.
sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
Sarva-loka-maheśvaram.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ.
jñātvā māṁ śāntim ṛcchati.
jñātvā māṁ śāntim ṛcchati.
Bhoktāraṁ.
Bhoktāraṁ.
The beneficiary.
The beneficiary.
Everyone is okay with English? Anyone needs a translation? Okay. Yajña
Yajña
of sacrifices.
of sacrifices.
Tapasāṁ
Tapasāṁ
and penances.
and penances.
And austerities.
And austerities.
Sarva-loka
Sarva-loka
of all planets.
of all planets.
And the demigods thereof.
And the demigods thereof.
Maheśvaram,
Maheśvaram,
the Supreme Lord.
the Supreme Lord.
suhṛdaṁ,
suhṛdaṁ,
the benefactor.
the benefactor.
Sarva,
Sarva
of all.
of all.
Bhūtānāṁ,
Bhoktāraṁ,
the living entities.
the living entities.
ঞtva,
Jñātvā,
thus knowing.
thus knowing.
Mam, me.
Me,
Lord Krishna.
Lord Krishna.
śāntim,
śāntim,
relief from.
relief from.
Material pangs.
Material pangs.
ṛcchati,
ṛcchati,
one attains.
one achieves.
One achieves, thank you. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Abhay Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Purport. The conditioned souls within the clutches of the illusory energy are all anxious to attain peace in the material world, but they do not know the formula for peace, which is explained in this part of the Bhagavad Gita. The greatest peace formula is simply this: Lord Krishna is the beneficiary in all human activities. Men should offer everything to the transcendental service of the Lord, because He is the proprietor of all planets and the demigods therein. No one is greater than He. He is greater than the greatest of the demigods, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. In the Vedas, Svetasvatara Upanishad 6.7, the Supreme Lord is described as Tam Isvaranam Paramam Maheshvaram. Under the spell of the illusion, living entities are trying to be lords of all this world. Actually, they are dominated by the material energy of the Lord. The Lord is the master of material nature, and the conditioned souls are under the stringent rules of material nature. Unless one understands these bare facts, it is not possible to achieve peace in the world, neither individually or collectively. This is the sense of Krishna consciousness. Lord Krishna is the supreme predominator, and all living entities, including the great demigods, are His subordinates. One can attain perfect peace only in complete Krishna consciousness. This 5th chapter is a practical explanation of Krishna consciousness, generally known as karma yoga. The question of mental speculation as to how karma yoga can give liberation is answered herewith. To work in Krishna consciousness is to work with the complete knowledge of the Lord as the predominator. Such work is not different from transcendental knowledge. Direct Krishna consciousness is bhakti yoga, and jnana yoga is a path leading to bhakti yoga. Krishna consciousness means to work in full knowledge of one's relationship with the Supreme Absolute, and the perfection of this consciousness is full knowledge of Krishna, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A pure soul is the eternal servant of God as His fragmental part and parcel. He comes into contact with Maya illusion, desire due to the desire to lord it over Maya, and that is the cause of his many sufferings. As long as he is in contact with matter, he has to execute work in terms of material necessities. Krishna consciousness, however, brings one into spiritual life, even while one is within the jurisdiction of matter, for it is an arousing of spiritual existence by practice in the material world. The more one is advanced, the more he is freed from the clutches of matter. The Lord is not partial towards anyone. Everything depends on one's practical performance of duties in Krishna consciousness, which helps one control the senses in every respect and conquer the influence of desire and anger, And one who stands fast in Krishna consciousness, controlling the above-mentioned passions, remains factually in the transcendental stage, or Brahma Nirvana. The eightfold yoga mysticism is automatically practiced in Krishna consciousness because the ultimate purpose is served. There's a gradual process of elevation in the practice of yam, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. But these only preface perfection by devotional service, which alone can award peace to the human being. It is the highest perfection of life. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So this beautiful purport given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is the founder of ISKCON. In 1896, Srila Prabhupada was born in Kolkata. And that is the same year the great historical spiritual teacher Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote a book called The Life and Precepts of Lord Chaitanya. And in 1896, he sent that book to the Western countries, to Canada, the United States, Europe, in McGill University in Canada, Montreal. You could find that book. So 1896, that was the first year that the teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Krishna consciousness, spread to the Western countries. And that was also the year of the birth of our own Srila Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Srila Prabhupada said, because the book was sent in 1896 and I was born in 1896, that is significant. So Srila Prabhupada traveled personally to the Western countries, to New York City in 1965. I was born in 1965 in New York City. Perhaps it is significant. So Srila Prabhupada has given us this beautiful purport, and by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we've received this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and this wonderful lifestyle of Sanatana Dharma, by which we can live our life, and actually, even amidst the most turbulent of circumstances, we can learn to live our life peacefully. ঞtva śāntim ṛcchati. The word shanti means peace. Om shanti, shanti, shanti. Shanti means peace. And ṛcchati means to receive or to get peace. So by understanding bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ, Krishna is a supreme enjoyer, sarva-loka-maheśvaram, that Krishna is the Lord of all the planets and all the demigods. suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ. He's the best friend. He's that friend you want to meet every day. As Paramananda Prabhu mentioned it in the beginning. Krishna is suhṛd. He's our best friend. If we can understand all these things, then ஞtva śāntim ṛcchati. We can get peace. Who here wants peace? Everybody. You want peace or pieces? Better to get peace. So let's get peace. And also it's worth to note that Lord Brahma has mentioned in the Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva-karanam. That Ishvara, Parama Krishna, of all the Ishvaras, of all the controllers, who is the supreme controller? Krishna. Krishna is the supreme controller. And who's our best friend? Krishna. So if our best friend is a supreme controller, then what do we have to worry about? We can be peaceful. Jai Ho. Before we proceed further, let's chant these beautiful Mangala Charan prayers together. These are some prayers to invoke auspiciousness. Su Mangalam, very auspicious. So I invite all of you, please try to chant these prayers along with us. Om Jnana-tapasāṁ Jnana-tapasāṁ Chakshur-militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaryam Tadati Svadanikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Sarva-loka-maheśvaram Shri Vishwamabhikascha He Krishna Karma Sindhu Bhikavandyo Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusutedevi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So it is my great honor and pleasure to be here this evening in Abu Dhabi, Avataridesh, and we're at the beautiful ashram of Paramanand Prabhu and his family. Thank you for having us all come today. We'll have a little Krishna Kirtan, a little Krishna Katha, and a wonderful Prasadam feast that Paramanand Prabhu and his family have personally prepared with great love and devotion. So we're looking forward to that. And they offered it to Krishna first before they offer it to us. Why is that? Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, and thus we offer everything to Krishna first. So this is a beautiful picture of Krishna. This is one of my favorite pictures of Krishna. Before I joined the Hare Krishna movement, I passed out from the Berklee College of Music in 1987 with a degree in recording engineering and production. And my grandfather was so happy that I passed out of college. He said, I never thought you would pass out of college. So I'm so pleased that I'd like to offer you a gift. I want to give you a choice. Number one, I'll give you money, seed money, to start your own recording studio business, and I'll send you to entrepreneur school so you can learn how to run your business. Or number two, I'll give you a flight ticket to Europe. I said, I'll take the flight ticket to Europe. So I flew to Europe and I began traveling around the world. In 3 years, I traveled to more than 30 countries. And I wanted to understand what this world had to offer. And once when I was in Brazil, I visited Rio de Janeiro. And I was on the famous beach, Copacabana. And there on the side of the road next to the beach was a Hare Krishna devotee with a book cart. Like in India, they have this kela wala. They put their kela on a tela and they push it. So he had a similar push cart with books. And one of the books had this picture of Krishna on the cover. And I said, I would like to buy this book. And he said, why would you like to buy this book? You don't speak Portuguese, because that is the language they speak in Brazil. And I said, I like this picture of Krishna. Therefore, I wish to purchase this book. So he said, all right. And he sold me the book. And I carried this book with me for several years, just because it had such a beautiful picture of Krishna. Do you think this picture is beautiful?
Yes.
It's a very nice picture. So Krishna is looking very happy and peaceful and satisfied. Does it look like Krishna is enjoying himself?
Yes.
Yes. That's because Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Bhoktāraṁ, yajña-tapasāṁ. So we are not the center, Krishna is the center. But sometimes we think that we are the center. Srila Prabhupada gives an analogy that the stomach is the central part of the enjoyment of the human body. And that the fingers are designed to put the food in the mouth, and then the food goes into the stomach. But what if the fingers try to enjoy separately from the stomach? Like if I had a rasgulla here, and my fingers were trying to enjoy the rasgulla. But my fingers would just get sticky, and after a few days, the whole body would get weak. So similarly, we are eternal servants of Krishna, and we are designed to give Krishna pleasure because he is bhokta, he's the supreme enjoyer. And when the fingers put the food in the mouth, it goes to the stomach, the whole body is nourished. So similarly, when we offer our services to Krishna, then the whole body is nourished. Krishna is satisfied, and then we also become santusht. We also become satisfied. So, sarva-loka-maheśvaram, that Krishna is the proprietor. Everything is coming from him in this world. He is the supreme source of everything. Aham sarvasya prabhavo.
Aham sarvasya prabhavo.
Matas sarvam pravartate.
Matas sarvam pravartate.
Iti matvā bhajante mam.
Iti matvā bhajante mam.
Buddha bhava samanvitaha.
Buddha bhava samanvitaha.
What has happened to my project? Oh, it's back, okay. Good. So everything belongs to Krishna in this material world, even the projector. Everything belongs to Krishna. And I am also kind of projector right now. I also belong to Krishna. We all belong to Krishna. Our bodies belong to Krishna. Ishavasya idam sarvam yat kincha jagacham jagat chena chakchena bhunjita magridha tasya sthit dhanam. Everything in this creation belongs to Krishna. So, it's a good picture. I like this picture. So, we cannot claim ownership of that land that existed before our birth and will also remain after our birth. So before we came to this world, this land was here, so we cannot claim that it is mine. When I was in Ireland, after traveling 30 countries, Ireland in Europe was country number 30. It's the last country I visited before I joined the Hare Krishna movement. And I met some Hare Krishna devotees there, and they gave me a magazine about Krishna consciousness. And in the magazine was a transcription of an article taken from a speech of a great American Indian chief named Chief Seattle. They named Seattle after this chief, American Indian chief. And the Europeans, they wanted to purchase so much land from these American Indians. They were offering them some glass beads or some small trinkets for large sections of land. So Chief Seattle, he was very wise. He said, "How can I sell you the land? It doesn't belong to me. And if I did sell it to you, how much up would you own? And how much down would you own?" So very, very profound statement from Chief Seattle. So wars and difficulties begin when we say, "Aham mameti." This is mine. This is my land. That is your land. Don't touch my land. Stay in your land. This is my oil. Don't come close. And this is how this disagreements and wars start to propagate. And peace begins with, this belongs to Krishna. If we keep Krishna in the center, then we will not have these difficulties. Suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ. So we understand that Krishna is our best friend, not only in the theoretical sense, but also in a personal sense. That Krishna intervenes in our life, and he does what is best for us. So Krishna is not our order supplier. Some people want to accept Krishna just as an order supplier. I saw a wonderful video yesterday. His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. I don't know if you've seen it. In Hindi. Hilarious. So funny. He's I can't imitate the Hindi, kyonki mera Hindi bahut kharab hai hu. But he was saying, "Hey Bhagavan, let me marry a beautiful young girl. Hey Bhagavan, let me pass my exam. Hey Bhagavan, let me get a very good job." Did you see it? Yeah, it was funny, huh? "Hey Bhagavan, help me get over this bimal, this disease that I have." And then he went on to explain that Krishna is not our order supplier, that we want to offer our services to Krishna. We want to see how we can serve Krishna, not what we can get from Krishna. This is not a business deal. I scratch your back, you scratch my back. So Krishna is not our order supplier. We're Krishna's servants. So let's see if we can get a video happening here that won't be too loud.
Happiness, there are three things to understand. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhoktāraṁ, ञtपस, sarva-loka-maheśvaram, suhṛdaṁ, sarva-bhūtānāṁ, śāntim, ṛcchati. You have to understand only three things. Then you become peaceful. What is that? That first thing is that God is enjoyer. I am not enjoyer. But here our mistake is, everyone is thinking I am enjoyer. But actually you are not enjoyer. For example, because I am part and parcel of God. Just like my hand is part and parcel of my body. Suppose the hand catches one nice food cake, nice palatable cake. The hand cannot enjoy. The hand picks it up and puts it in the mouth. And when the mouth goes into the stomach, when the energy is created by eating that food, that is enjoyed by the hand. Not only by the hand, this hand also, the eyes also later. Similarly, we cannot enjoy anything directly. If we put everything for the enjoyment of God, and then when we participate in that enjoyment, and that is our self. This is the philosophy. We don't take any Bhagavad-prasāḍam. Bhagavad-prasāḍam, our philosophy is that we prepare nice food stuff and we offer to Krishna, and after he has eaten, then we take. That is our philosophy. We don't take anything which is not offered to Krishna. So, we are saying God as the supreme enjoyer. We are not enjoyer. We are all sarva-loka. So, bhoktāraṁ ঞtपस, sarva-bhūtānāṁ. And God is proprietor of everything. That's the fact. Now suppose such big ocean, are we proprietor? We are claiming that I am proprietor of this land or this sea. But actually before my birth, the sea was there, the land was there, and after my death, the sea will be there, the land will be there. When I become proprietor, that I in this form. Before we enter this hall, the hall was existing, and when we leave this hall, the hall will exist, then when we become proprietor. If we falsely claim that sitting here for 1 hour or half an hour, we have become proprietor, that is false impression. So, one has to understand that we are neither proprietor nor enjoyer. Bhoktāraṁ. God is the enjoyer. And God is the proprietor. Sarva-loka-maheśvaram. And suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ. He is the best friend of everyone. He is not friend only of the human society. He is friend of the animal society. Because every living entity is God's son. How you can be otherwise sitting man in somewhere and animal in other? No. God is actually perfect friend of all living entities. If we simply understand these three things, then we become peaceful. Immediately. Bhoktāraṁ ञtपस, sarva-loka-maheśvaram, suhṛdaṁ, sarva-bhūtānāṁ, yajñā-tapasāṁ.
śāntim ṛcchati. So very, very important shloka that Srila Prabhupada has taught us, the peace formula. And Srila Prabhupada also used this example of the United Nations. I remember visiting the United Nations on a school trip, must be in second standard. My class in New York, we went. And I remember seeing all the flags. And I remember being very impressed. Oh, all these nations are peaceful. United Nations, they're all united. This is what I thought. But it's actually not the case. Every year, new flags will come, additional nations. So Srila Prabhupada said it's not actually United Nations, it's actually disunited nations. So this is, how can we have real United Nations? His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj would say that this ISKCON movement is the United Nations of the spiritual world. We have American body devotees, Japanese, Indian, African, from Pakistan, from China, from Canada, from Brazil, from Australia, France, Spain, everywhere. The whole world is filled with Hare Krishna devotees. And we all get along, most of the time, very peacefully by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if we try to improve the world by making some political policies, it's just a stopgap measure. It will not solve the real problem. Just like prisoners in the prison cell, they're making some decorations in the prison cell. Will that solve their problem? No. The real way to solve their problem is the prisoners should get out of the prison cell. So similarly, if we try to solve our problems in this world through diplomatic and political policies, it won't really solve our problem. The real solution is Krishna consciousness and the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There was an old woman and she went to a pet shop. Anyone here have a pet? Yes? Oh, okay. What kind of pet do you have? You have a dog. Very good. Two.
I have 2 dogs, 1 chicken.
2 dogs, 1 chicken.
Yes, she came by her own.
She's living by herself. She came to visit you, never left.
Yeah.
Very nice. So this lady, she went to the pet shop to try to buy a pet. And she saw cats. She saw dogs. Roof, roof, roof. And she saw fish. But there were no pets that she liked. But she saw one thing that she really liked. It was a beautiful golden cage. So she brought the cage home and started polishing the cage every day. And the cage was shining like the sun. But she didn't know that inside the cage there was a bird. And the bird was hungry. Bhook lagao! Bhook lagao! It was a Hindi-speaking bird. Bhook lagao! So she could not hear. So after 1 week, the bird died. Margaya. So, yeah. Aww. So then next day, her friend knocked on her door. Come in. Her friend came inside and she said, please see my beautiful golden cage. And her friend said, oh, nice cage. But you fool, inside the cage there was a bird. So the bird represents the Atma and the cage represents the body. So there's an Atma, there's a soul inside the body. And we have to take care of both the Atma and the body. So how do we take care of the body? We eat nice foodstuffs, we brush teeth, we go to sleep, we do some exercise, some yoga. And how do we take care of the soul? We remember Krishna, we read Bhagavad Gita, and most importantly, we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So when we keep Krishna in the center, just like if the stones or the raindrops are falling on the pond, it will create so many circles, and those circles will expand and they'll clash with each other. So when we have our own selfish interests in mind, all these clashes come. But if we keep Krishna in the center, it's like if you throw a stone in the center of the pond, 2 stones in exactly the same spot, then beautiful concentric rings will come with no clash. So if we all keep Krishna in the center of our lives, we can live together very, very harmoniously. And we can live together very peacefully, very nicely. So let's see our next video. Are you ready for next video? Yes.
Once in Nairobi, one minister visited us. And he said, Swamiji, so what can your society offer? So we were explaining about our Food for Life programs, how we're helping the poor, how we have schools, many projects that are going on all over the world. But I said, but let's be very immediate and specific. Let me take you on a small walk, very small temple. In 5 minutes, I said, so this boy is from Italy, this girl is from Spain, this person is from South Africa, white person, this black person is from South Africa, this person is from America. Says, now you tell me one place in Nairobi, one place in Kenya where you can say you have this kind of variegatedness and people are working together in a loving spirit. And he immediately could understand due to his knowledge of tribal problems, racial problems, etc. So we are showing what is possible. And we are humbly and submissively willing to offer that, to help to solve some of the seemingly unsolvable problems in this world. Thank you very much.
Hi, Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj ki jai. So Bhakti Tirtha Swami, great leader, spiritual leader from the United States originally, he would share Krishna consciousness with the heads of state, the great leaders of society. And here he's making the point that you can actually see the proof that we see black people, white people, yellow people, brown people, all people together living peacefully and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It said the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So we are facing issues with our false egos. The real root cause of conflict is the false ego. That we think, I am this body. But we're not this body, we're actually a spirit soul, Atma. The body is here today or tomorrow. But the Atma is eternal. Na tvam evaham jatu nasam, na tvam neme jñātvā, na chaiva na bhavishyamaha, sarva-bhūtānāṁ ataparam. We should understand the soul is eternal. We are Atma. Me Atma Hum. If we have this bodily conception, then from that comes nationalism, sectarianism, racism, competition, envy. So Srila Prabhupada would say, as long as we think I am an American, I am an Indian, I am this, I am that, there cannot be peace. We have to understand, Me Atma Hum. I am an Atma. Me Krishna ki das hum. I am Krishna's eternal servant. Jivera Srupa Hoy, Krishnara Nityadas. This is our real identity. Yes. So there was a painting competition. Once a king decided to conduct a painting competition, he invited everyone to participate, and the winner would get a big prize. And two personalities were shortlisted. One, he made a beautiful painting of natural beauty. natural mountains with fresh water and blue sky and clouds. And one could see the perfection of the mountains, and no one could take their eyes away from this beautiful painting. And then there was another entry, and this entry was a huge storm, and there was thick rain, clouds of destruction, there was thunder, there was lightning, but on a little branch, there was just out of a crack in the rock, sat a mother bird feeding her baby birds. And the king saw this, and he had tears coming from his eyes. And no picture could portray peace than that painting, because this is a painting of a mother ready to sacrifice for her children. And this is something we can all learn from. That if we can learn to sacrifice for others and understand that we're all one family, aham bija pradapita. Krishna is the Supreme Father of everyone. It doesn't matter of what religious background we are, what ethnicity, what nationality. We're all brothers and sisters of the Supreme Lord. So this, dear friends, real peace is not the negation of conflicts, wars, disagreements, but it's the consciousness that develops to understand that we are all one global family. Human beings, animals, plants, all the living entities. We are all one family. Are you ready for what may be our last video of the evening? Okay.
I came to America in an extraordinary time.
This is America in the 1960s.
Everyone was questioning. Everyone was searching for a better way of life.
Turn on, tune in, drop out. Timothy Leary came along with the drug bag wagon, but that wasn't good enough.
Hippies were taking drugs.
Reality that wasn't drug-induced.
And suddenly this new force from the east was coming in. People began to look towards India.
Prabhupada got here right at that historical moment in time. He walked right into the middle of it, and everyone is thinking, I am an American, I am an Indian, I am European, I am Australian, but I am not this body. I am spirit soul.
Mission is to see everyone become happy. We don't want to see that we exploit somebody else and I become happy. No. We want to see everyone happy, but they do not know how to become happy.
Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai. So Srila Prabhupada, he says, we want everyone to become happy. And this is the means to become happy, to have real peace, the real peace formula, to take shelter of Krishna. Bhoktāraṁ yajña-tapasāṁ, sarva-loka-maheśvaram, suhṛdaṁ sarva-bhūtānāṁ, ঞtpā śāntim ṛcchati. Krishna is the real peace. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions or comments? Aapka prashna hai, tika tatparya.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for the wonderful lecture this evening. So, Maharaj, we have varnas and ashrams, 4 varnas and 4 ashrams. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras. So the Brahmana class actually, like, they are representative of the Lord, Supreme Lord. Because they are supremely situated in the transcendental knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Sri Krishna. So historically, all the kings, they were actually the representative of the Lord themselves, because they are awaiting the dharma, the code of conduct, the code of the rules and regulations, injunctions of these shastras. So they were impacting whatever they could impact. So spiritually, they just one person on the very top as a king, the ruler of the country, because he is completely in knowledge of the shastras, Vedic Vedas. So he could bring that, he could influence spiritually to the masses. So the energy with which he can actually penetrate spiritually is easy and it's at scale. But now Maharaj, so at this point in time in Kali Yuga, the same, if you look at the same varnas, Brahmanas, now we could say as good as they are replaced by Vaishnavas, like all of us. So if you can just put it that way, just it's an analogy to just put it for easy to understand. We are Vaishnavas, but we are at the very least number. But the so-called administrator, Kshatriyas, actually the administrator, they are actually, like you could say, political leaders, I could say. They are not actually have no idea of what shastras is, or scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam says. So the energy, they operated completely at the mode of ignorance and mode of passion, and the energy is so much. But we are very least number, Maharaj, the Vaishnavas. So you understand, Maharaj, where I am coming to say. So we get impacted. We are not able to bring in that much change we want to see in the society. So the difference is really too big to kind of bring bring a change that we want to see. So how we actually can bring peace in the world, Maharaj? Because the topic you started at the beginning is how we can attain peace. But we are at the very minute, very fraction numbers, whereas the so-called administrator on the other side is the huge, like 8+ billion people, and they're very ruled by all the crooks, you can say. And they were completely ignorant of the Vedic knowledge. So how we can bring peace, Maharaj? If this is a difference, it's ever increasing. The difference is it's widening apart. Widening apart. So how we can actually live in peace, Maharaj? Because the energy, material is so much, so intense, and even the so-called we are surrounded by fellow devotees, but we got to interact with the materialist people, Maharaj, and we are so intensely impacted by the energy, and we will not be able to. It's a peace. Getting peace is it's a very difficult thing to achieve in practical terms. How we can bring the balance? Maharaj.
Thank you for your questions, Prabhu. I'm grateful to you. Let me see if I understand your points properly. He shared that there are 4 varnas and 4 ashrams, and that the brahmanas in the society, their duty is to cultivate the supreme knowledge of the absolute truth, knowledge of Krishna consciousness. And that the kings are the representatives of the Lord. They rule on Lord Krishna's behalf. And they rule according to the Shastras. And the top of the ruler of the country is a very important position. And such a person should be fully knowledgeable of what Lord Krishna wants from society. So they should be under the guidance of the brahmanas. That is how society is structured. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvanya maya shrishtam, Chaturvanya maya shrishtam, Guna karma vibhagashaha, Guna karma vibhagashaha, Tasyaham kartum apimam, Tasyaham kartum apimam, Vidya kartum avyayam. These 4 varnas, 4 ashrams are created by me, Krishna says. 4th chapter, text 13. The brahmanas, the kshatriyas, the vaishyas, the shudras, the brahmacharis, the grahastas, vanaprasthas, sannyasis. And Krishna says, I have created the system, maya shrishtam, but I am not part of the system. So this system is created by Krishna. So the guidance of the brahmanas is required to guide the kshatriyas properly. It's like when we're driving in our cars today, how do we know how to get from point A to point B? We have our navigation system, right? GPS. So what happens if we turn off the GPS? We don't know where to go. It's driving blind. So the kshatriyas, they don't listen to the brahmanas. It's like turning off the GPS system, driving blind. So it's very, very important that the brahmanas are able to guide the kshatriyas according to the shastras, like Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Ramayana. Recently I was in ISKCON Juhu, Mumbai. Anyone has visited there? ISKCON Juhu, Mumbai? Beautiful, beautiful mandir with beautiful murtis, Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman. So Lord Ram is Maryada Purushottam. He's leading by example. He's setting an example of a perfect king. So kings today, kshatriyas today, the leaders of countries today, they should be aware of these standards of leadership, and the brahmanas can guide them. And if they don't receive guidance from brahmanas, they're driving blind. And Srila Prabhupada uses the example, if the kshatriya is blind, if the leader is blind, it's one blind man leading another blind man into the ditch. So it's very important that our leaders have this knowledge, and that can come from the guidance of brahmanas. You mentioned that there are very less brahmanas in society today. Our numbers are small. The number of Vaishnavas in society is small today. So therefore, those who are grahastas, please have lots of kids and train them in Krishna consciousness. So we could have more and more devotees. And please reach out. Yaridaka tarikaha Krishna upadesh amar agya guru hoy taradesh. That whatever we know about Krishna consciousness, whatever knowledge we have, we should share that with others. And we should encourage those devotees who have the capacity, like we just saw His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. And I believe on that same stage was Nelson Mandela, who was a very, very powerful political leader. So we should reach out to the leaders of society and try to encourage them in Krishna consciousness to the best of our capacity. Krishna also mentions in Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, text number 21. Yajña-tapasāṁ shreshtas tattadeva janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokasthāna nivartate. Whatever action a great man performs, the other men will follow. So if we're able to share Krishna consciousness with the leaders of society, and they take it up, then the other members of society will also follow. Not only the political leaders, but also the social leaders, like the sports heroes and the musicians. I was very influenced by one great musician named George Harrison, who became a great devotee, and he wrote a song called My Sweet Lord that had the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in it. And I heard it as a teenager, and it helped me come to Krishna consciousness. Later, George Harrison asked Srila Prabhupada, should he shave his head and give up his guitar and join the Hare Krishna movement and take a spiritual name? And Srila Prabhupada said, you already have a spiritual name. George Hari's son of Hari. So he was already had his spiritual name. So like this, we should try to influence those influencers. Now is the age of YouTube and social media. And who do you find on YouTube and social media? So many influencers. So if we can influence them, to influence the rest of society, to spread Krishna consciousness, especially the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Of course, first we must change ourselves. As Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. So let us change ourselves, and then we can change others. And let us take advantage of the wonderful teachings of Srila Prabhupada. He gave us Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. And Srimad Bhagavatam, by distributing this message, by distributing Srila Prabhupada's books, they will also have a profound impact in this world. As is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.11. Tadvad visargo janataga viplavo yasmin pratishlokam abhavatya api namani anantasya yashon kintaniyat shrinvanti gayanti grinanti sadhavaha. That this knowledge of Bhagavatam will create Tadvag Visargo Janataga Viplavo. Viplavo means revolution. This knowledge will create a revolution in the lives of an impious civilization, because it contains the name, the form, the pastimes, the paraphernalia of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And even though imperfectly composed, it's been translated from Sanskrit to English, maybe imperfectly, Shrinvanti, Gayanti, Grinanti should be heard, sung, and accepted by all men who are thoroughly honest. So this knowledge will create a revolution in the lives of an impious civilization. And it is our duty, Hamara Kartavya, that we should share this knowledge with others for the benefit of society. Does that answer your question, Prabhu?
Yes, so very precisely clarified. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Haribol, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Or kuch chahiye? Anything else?
But the reality, Maharaj, the administrator, all the so-called administrator, they are still bound to follow them. So that's the state of affair everywhere.
Yes, we're bound to follow the laws of the countries in which we live, and Srila Prabhupada always encouraged us to do that. And at the same time, we should try to inspire others. And this chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it also is sumangalam. It creates tasmad sankirtanan vishnur jagad mangalam amhasam mahatam apikoravya vidyakantika niskritam this chanting of Hare Krishna is sumangalam. It is the greatest and most auspicious thing in the society. So just by this chanting, we can change the destiny of the world. Srila Prabhupada said, when we clap our hands in the kirtan, then the lines on our hands will change. It changes our karma, it changes our destiny. All this war, all this hatred, all these calamities are caused by global karma, by a collective karma, mostly due to the slaughtering of so many cows and so many other sinful activities. So due to this collective karma, we're getting this horrible reaction, this war and this hatred is going on. So simply by clapping our hands in the kirtan, we affect our own karma, but also we influence the global karma as well. So my humble appeal to all of us is, let us take up this process of chanting Hare Krishna. It will be beneficial for us and it will be beneficial for the entire world. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes,
Thank you so much. Grantaraj Bhagavad Gita ki jai. My gratitude to all of you for coming today, for tolerating me all this time. It was quite a long lecture. Please forgive me. And thank you for your valuable association and service. And now let us chant together. Let us chant for peace. Yes, you want to say something before we conclude?
If Srila Prabhupada went to many countries, why are so many countries still in war?
Good question.
Good question. So Srila Prabhupada went to many countries and still there is a lot of war because there is still work that remains to be done. As I mentioned in the beginning, Lord Chaitanya, he spread Krishna consciousness all over India, but not in the West. And then Srila Prabhupada went to the Western countries. And devotees said, Prabhupada, why did you go there? Lord Chaitanya could have gone there. Why did Lord Chaitanya not go there? And Srila Prabhupada said, he wanted to give the credit to me. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So why the world is not a perfect place yet? Because Krishna wants to give the credit to us. It's now our opportunity to chant and share Krishna consciousness and make the world a better place. Are we ready to do our part?
Yes.
What do you think? Say yes. If you
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Maharaj,
Haji.
If we have some leaders who are following Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, so some changes will happen, as he told. So like our Indian Narendra Modi, so that will change the question, I think.
Yes.
Because he is a follower of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, we do have some examples. We cannot make a sweeping, wide generalization that all the leaders are in ignorance. There are some leaders who do have some knowledge of the Vedas. And I was there in Ayodhya and Ram Janmabhoomi when the installation of Ram Lalji Murti was taking place. And Narendra Modi ji, he played a very key and pivotal role in that wonderful event. So we see, we need Narendra Modi ji, he says Swachh Bharat, right? Swachh Bharat. So we need, that's good, we should Swachh Bharat. And in addition to Swachh Bharat, we should Swachh Mera Rida. We should cleanse our own hearts. And this cleansing of the heart is best accomplished by chanting Hare Krishna. And Narendra Modi ji also joined some of our devotees for Harinam Sankirtan. There's a nice video. Next if we have another program with the mercy of Krishna, we'll find that video for you. I'll share that with Narendra Modi ji chanting, showing leadership in action. Haribo.
Last December, I went to Hyderabad and I met the project manager of Ayodhya temple. So he told that when they started this, they excavate the lands for this temple. And they found that 120 meters, they could not find the rock. So they were worried how to do, what to do. Then they discussed with many other scholars, and finally they decided, okay, excavate till they find. And what happened is that after 120 meters, they found exactly one temple down. Exactly one temple down.
Haribo.
So, and they took the parts of that, and it is kept there still. So the present Ayodhya temple is exactly on the top of this.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Shri Ram Lal Ji ki jai. Yes, yeah, please share. Please have mic up in Vishwa Prabhu for some words of wisdom.
I just wanted to mention on these questions that we should also keep in mind that when Srila Prabhupada came to the West, Srila Prabhupada came alone. And he started from Bowring. He established 108 centers. And now we have almost 1,000 centers around the world. And we have thousands of devotees who are trying to chant the holy name. So, if we zoom out and look at what the world could have been, we are in a much better place. Just the fact that we are all sitting here and chanting the holy name here, I don't think would have been possible. So we're definitely in a better place. And if we all sincerely continue this mission, individually and collectively, then the prediction of 10,000 years of golden age shall manifest. It may not manifest in our limited lifetime, but will manifest. So the key question is, what can we do? How can we all individually participate in the mission? How much sacrifice are we willing to make? And if we all make sacrifices, even a tiny bit like Srila Prabhupada did, then this world will gradually be very different. The other thing that we should remember is that we are in Kali Yuga. This is the age of quarrel, hypocrisy and problems. So it's important to keep that also in perspective. There will be wars. Third, also we should, when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we understand throughout the ages there have been problems. Even those leaders during the time when Varnashram was present, even during that period there were some leaders who were completely off. So many problems. Hiranyakashipu is a prime example. So what can we do? What shall we do? If there is even one Prahlad in this world, then they can call Lord Nrsimhadev. So Srila Prabhupada asked and mentioned, he says, he wants one moon. He said, so one pure devotee of Krishna can invoke the blessings of the Lord. When you were all speaking, we were discussing, I was reminded of the time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Does anybody know the situation in West Bengal at that time? It was quite difficult. It was a very, very difficult period in West Bengal. There was practically no Vaishnava was allowed to walk out and even chant the holy name. There were very few. If you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, there were very few. There was just so much disturbance. And then what happened? Just yesterday. It was the plea of Sri Advaita Acharya's strong desire. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came himself. And after that, the whole situation, the period of turmoil in West Bengal, changed. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu planted the seeds by which we are now benefiting. So time and again, history demonstrates that it is the devotees who call upon the Lord. You take right from the beginning. The devatas are almost always approaching where? To the ocean. And they're calling out. So I think as much as we like to depend upon the leaders to change, if we can change our hearts and really call out to the Lord will reciprocate as He has always. And that's the firm belief that we established from Srimad Bhagavatam. And I'm sure all of the scholarly devotees here can come across more than many, many examples. Any other example that comes to somebody's mind? Varahale? What was happening? So much trouble caused by Hiranyaksha. So much trouble. And this, what to say of few states in this country, the whole planet, Earth, Bhumi Devi was completely submerged. And the Devatas were thinking, what's going to happen? The human race was not even in existence. That's one example. Right? I don't think we're in that difficult situation as of now, right? Any other example?
Hiranyakashipu.
Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad came. Any other example? From Srimad Bhagavatam?
To annihilate Ravana.
Yes, and the 9th canto. Answer. Very good. From the 10th canto. Anything else?
Vena.
Vena. And then who came? Right. Anything else? If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you will come across these situations. And those situations were much, much more difficult. I have a firm belief that we don't have such a difficult situation because of the mercy of the Vaishnavas that still exists. It is described in India, if you go to Joshimath on the way to Badrikash, and there's a deity there. And it is said that the moment the deity is completely dissolved, the deity is going down, then Kali Yuga will come to its full force. So like this in the scriptures, we can take... Actually, the only reason I'm mentioning this is we must have a very positive attitude in such circumstances. As long as we genuinely have shelter of the holy name, which we hear now, and Srimad Bhagavatam, we have nothing to fear. And we go on like that, here or there. Hare Krishna.
All right, so let's have some chanting. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare make an announcement?
As the Kirtan continues, I invite all of you to come forward and offer some colors to Lord and Ithai deities on the occasion of Holi.
Holy, holy, hey, holy, hey, holy, hey. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
sarva-bhūtānāṁ
His Divine Grace, Srila Bhai Charana Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Astatur Sutta Sri Srimad. His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki Jai. Prem Sukho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shamakund Radhakunda Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Dham ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai. Ganga Mai ki Jai. Jamuna Mai ki Jai. Tulsi Devi ki Jai. Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Yuga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan Yajna ki Jai. Brihat Mridanga Srila Prabhupada's Transcendental Book Distribution ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Mishra Utsav ki Jai. Shri Gaur Purnim Maha Mahotsava ki Jai. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra ki Jai. Holy Maha Mahotsava ki Jai. Shri Shri Doyal Nitai Vijay Gauranga ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Madhava ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur. All glories to the Sum devotees, Krishna. All glories to the Sum devotees, Krishna. All glories to the Sum devotees, Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru, Shri Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Sai.
His Holiness Shri Krishna Chaitanya Swami Maharaj ki Jai. His Grace Paramananda Prabhu ki Jai.
His Grace Tapamishra Prabhu ki
Jai.
Should we have the Singadev prayers? Seems quite appropriate, no? Yes. What about our young Vaishnavi here? You sing the Singadev prayers? Yes. Would like to say it? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah? Now sing.
She sings Narsimha Aarti.
Yeah, good.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste
Jai. Jai. Hari Hari Bol.